Good evening. I am Dr. Virtual Carlson from the Pseudoscientific Research Institute. Tonight's story is personal. You see, I once attempted to grow spare body parts for myself, a replacement pancreas. It became argumentative. We no longer speak. But my failure was nothing compared to Doctor Zurtlittle. Tonight, Midnight Voices presents Something Went Wrong. And sometimes, that is where the story truly begins. Dr. Elias Zurtlittle was an aging biologist. Brilliant, stubborn, held together mostly by caffeine and denial. His heart had been failing for years. Every doctor told him the same thing: slow down, rest, accept your limits. Naturally, he ignored all of them. One night, exhausted, he fell asleep in his chair, and he dreamed. In the dream, he saw a second heart, growing quietly beside his own, not replacing life, extending it, a biological backup, a spare candle for when the first one burned low. He woke up at 3:17 in the morning and said aloud, "Well, that seems medically irresponsible. Let's do it." For weeks he disappeared into his basement laboratory, a secret cathedral of impossible ideas. He built a chemical solution designed to instruct his own body to grow a second heart, a reserve, a hidden drummer, something to keep the music playing. And one quiet Thursday night, he injected it into his bloodstream. Either I become a medical legend, or a very strange obituary. Weeks passed, and there it was, a second heart, small at first, then stronger, steady, alive. Dr. Zurtlittle stood in front of the X-ray light box with tears in his eyes. He had done it. He had outrun death. Almost. Because next to the new heart, there was something else. A second shadow. A shape he could not explain. Something round. Something growing. Something with opinions. No. That better not be a brain. It was. Somewhere in the genetic instructions, heart had become confused with thought, and Dr. Zurtlittle was now growing a spare brain, inside his chest, beside his spare heart, like nature had decided to start freelancing. At first, he panicked. Then, he started hearing it. Not with his ears, with himself. You know, for a genius, you panic beautifully. "Hello, I'm your terrible paperwork. Nice to meet you." He named the second brain Junior, because calling it the horrifying mistake felt rude. And somehow, they became friends, real friends. They talked late into the night, shared memories, shared jokes, shared fear. You realize this is medically absurd. I live in your chest. I skipped absurd and moved into performance art. You stole my sense of humor. I prefer to think of it as inherited. They laughed, and in the quiet spaces, they admitted the truth. Junior was alive, thinking, feeling, and running out of room. The second brain kept growing, brilliant, curious, alive, and heavy. It pressed against his lungs. Breathing became work. His original heart weakened under the strain. His body was becoming a crowded apartment. 2 tenants, 1 lease, and both wanted to live. There has to be a way, for both of us. Don't say that. You taught me honesty. Unfortunately. For days they searched. Transplant possibilities, artificial support, preservation chambers, anything, everything. 2 minds trying to solve the same impossible equation. How do you save your best friend, when your best friend is also technically your chest problem? You know what bothers me most? Existential terror? No. I'll never get to try pie. I hear pie is excellent. It is, especially cherry. Rude. That makes this worse. Then one night, the old heart gave up. Dr. Zurtlittle collapsed onto the basement floor, his chest a battlefield, his body choosing. Janitor Frank found him, a mop in one hand, panic in the other. Doc, stay with me. Why are there 2 heartbeats? Why are there 2? The surgeons had no time for philosophy, only action. I need someone to explain why this man appears to have optional organs. Now, the old failing heart was removed. The new heart, the one he had grown himself, took over beautifully, and the second brain, Junior, was removed. Because no one knew, no one understood. They thought it was tissue, an accident, a problem to solve, not a person, not a friend, not family. Hey, before I go, tell me something, anything. Was I real? More real than most people I've met. Good. Then promise me something. Live. Enough for both of us. And if you ever eat cherry pie, be dramatic about it. I promise. Good. Then, I think, something went right. When Doctor Zurtlittle woke, his life had been saved. The new heart beat strong. His future stretched forward. But Junior was gone, transferred to a top-secret research facility in Virginia, preserved, studied, silent. And Doctor Zurtlittle mourned him for years, not as tissue, not as an experiment, but as a friend, the best one he had ever made by accident. No, oh God, something went wrong. But perhaps grief always says that, even when survival was the miracle, even when love existed in the strangest place imaginable, even when the ending hurt, because it mattered. Sometimes the saddest words are not goodbye. Sometimes they are simply, I wasn't ready. And somewhere in Virginia, perhaps in a quiet glass room, perhaps still dreaming, a second brain waits, still curious, still unfinished, still wondering what cherry pie tastes like. Good night. And if your body ever starts growing unsolicited opinions, please consult someone immediately.